we have our DNA strand. At the top it runs 5 to 3, and on the bottom it runs 3 to 5. Now when we do transcription and go from DNA to RNA, we go from 5 to 3. So we're going to code off of this bottom strand. So now we have done transcription, and now we have our RNA running 5 to 3. Now what you'll notice about our RNA is there are no T's. There's no thymines in RNA. They are replaced with uracil. So anytime an A goes to what you would normally go to a T in DNA, it's actually going to go to uracil. Now we're going to do translation. So we're going to take our RNA strand and we're going to turn it into polypeptides. So this starts when you see the first start codon, which is AUG, and it actually is methylanoid, but we just call it MET for short. RNA strand has been translated into polypeptides. As you see, we only have 4 polypeptides before our stop codon hits, which is UGA in this case, and ends our translation. I'm going to show you some examples of some mutations that occur in this process. So the first one I'm going to show you is a silent point mutation. That means that in the end you still end up getting the same polypeptide. So we're going to take this A right here and we're going to turn it into a G. So now I have TGG being coded for this ACU, but that G is going to turn into a C. So now I have ACC as my codon, which still makes THR. So that is silent. In the end you can't tell the difference. Another point mutation called missense. This means that in the end we do get one different polypeptide. So in this example, I'm going to change this C right here to a G on our DNA, which is going to change this G to a C on our RNA, which is going to change TRP, since we now have UCG, into THR. So now we have one new polypeptide at that codon level. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a mutation called a read-through, where the stop codon is not coded for and we just keep translating. So ACT is what codes for our UGA and RNA, and that codes for our stop codon. So if I change the T to a C in the DNA level, then it changes the A to a G on the RNA level, which changes the stop codon to a TRP polypeptide. So now the strand can keep translating. The last mutation I'm going to show you is called a nonsense mutation. That is when a mutation on the DNA level, like a point mutation, leads to a stop codon sooner than regular in the translation state. So, at this ACC we have right here, we're going to change our C to a T. So now I have ATC, which means at our RNA level, we're now going to have UAG. This codes for a stop codon. Oh no, translation ends early.